Imagine a place so haunted. Its walls whisper stories of despair, and its shadows dance with the spirits of the past. Today, we're journeying into the heart of one of America's most haunted locations, Eastern State Penitentiary. Built in 1829, this fortress-like prison wasn't just designed to hold inmates. It was designed to break their spirits through solitary confinement. The founders believed that total isolation would lead to penitence, but for many, it only led to madness. For over 140 years, thousands of men and women walked these corridors, their lives filled with suffering, solitude, and silence. When the prison finally closed its doors in 1971, it didn't stay empty for long. Soon, stories began to surface, tales of disembodied whispers, shadowy figures, and unexplained phenomena. It quickly gained a reputation as a hotbed of paranormal activity, drawing investigators and thrill seekers from all over the world. But are these just stories? Or is there real evidence of something otherworldly trapped within these crumbling walls? Let's delve into the most compelling paranormal evidence ever captured at Eastern State Penitentiary. One of the most active and terrifying areas is cell block 12. This is where some of the most violent inmates were housed, and their aggressive energy seems to linger. Visitors and paranormal investigators frequently report hearing guttural growls, blood-curdling screams, and the chilling sound of someone pacing back and forth in empty cells. One of the most famous pieces of evidence from this block is an EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon, captured by a team of investigators while asking questions into the darkness. They recorded a clear, raspy voice whispering, "I'm not here." The stark, chilling reply from the void is hard to dismiss as mere radio interference. Another piece of evidence that sends shivers down the spine comes from a photograph taken in cell block 4. A tourist, simply snapping pictures of the decaying cell blocks, later reviewed their photos and found something they couldn't explain. In the doorway of a cell, a dark, human-shaped figure is clearly visible, seemingly peering out from the shadows. The figure is solid, not a trick of light or a pareidolia effect. Skeptics have tried to debunk it, suggesting it's a play of light and shadow on the peeling paint. But for many, it remains one of the most convincing pieces of photographic evidence of a spirit at Eastern State. Then there's the infamous story of the locksmith. During a restoration project in the 1990s, a locksmith was hired to remove an old, stubborn lock from a cell door. As he worked, he claimed to feel an overwhelming presence, as if hundreds of tormented souls were swarming around him. He reported seeing faces in the stone walls and hearing a cacophony of whispers. The experience was so intense, so terrifying, that he was allegedly overcome by a force that he couldn't see, throwing him back from the door. He fled the penitentiary that day and swore never to return. While this is an anecdotal account, it's a story that has been told consistently for decades, adding to the prison's haunted legacy. Let's not forget Al Capone's cell. The notorious gangster spent 8 months here, and his cell was far from standard. It was furnished with fine carpets, a radio, and comfortable furniture. But even luxury couldn't protect him from the penitentiary's dark energy. Capone was reportedly tormented by the ghost of James Clark, one of the men he had killed in the St. Valentine's Day massacre. He would scream in the night, begging Jimmy to leave him alone. Guards on duty would hear him having conversations with someone in his cell, but when they checked, Capone was always alone. Is it possible that the ghost of his victim followed him here, seeking justice from beyond the grave? The psychic residue of his terror is said to still be palpable in that cell today. Perhaps the most visually stunning piece of evidence was captured by a paranormal television show. While filming in the infirmary, an area known for its sorrowful energy, their full-spectrum camera caught something astonishing. A shimmering, translucent figure appears to manifest at the end of a long corridor. It seems to move, almost gliding, before dissipating into thin air. The team present at the time saw nothing with their naked eyes, but the camera captured this fleeting apparition. Experts have analyzed the footage, ruling out dust, insects, or technical glitches. For many believers, this is undeniable proof that spirits actively walk the halls of Eastern State. Let's talk about the guard tower. From this vantage point, guards once watched over the entire prison yard. Today, visitors often report seeing a lone, shadowy figure standing in the tower, as if still on duty. The strange thing is, the tower is completely inaccessible to the public. There's no way for anyone to get up there. Yet, the reports persist. Photographs and videos taken from the ground often show a dark silhouette against the sky, a spectral watchman forever bound to his post. Could this be the spirit of a former guard, eternally vigilant, unable to leave his duty even in death? Another compelling EVP comes from the kitchen area. An investigator was asking if any former cooks were present. After a moment of silence, the recording device picked up the faint but distinct sound of metal clanging, like pots and pans being moved around, followed by a gruff voice saying, "Get out." The sounds were not heard by anyone at the time, only appearing on the audio playback. It's as if they disturbed a spirit who is still jealously guarding his old workspace. Unhappy with the intrusion of the living, even the prison's own staff have had experiences. A tour guide was leading a group through the solitary confinement block, known as the Hole. This was a pitch-black underground cell where unruly prisoners were sent. As she was explaining its history, the heavy iron door to one of the cells slammed shut with incredible force. The group was startled, but assumed it was the wind. The problem? There is no wind underground, and the door weighs several hundred pounds. It would take immense force to move it, let alone slam it. The guide and her group were the only ones there, and no one was near the door. It was an event that left everyone shaken and convinced they were not alone. So what do you think? Are these events merely a combination of old building sounds, overactive imaginations, and clever tricks of light? Or has the immense suffering endured within these walls left a permanent stain, an echo of the past that continues to play out for those sensitive enough to perceive it? The evidence is compelling, from disembodied voices caught on tape to full-bodied apparitions captured on camera. Eastern State Penitentiary seems to be more than just a historical landmark. It's a place where the veil between our world and the next is incredibly thin. The stories and the evidence continue to pile up, making it a place where history is not just remembered, but seemingly relived every single day. Thank you so much for joining me on this terrifying tour. If you've ever been to Eastern State or had a paranormal experience of your own, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more spooky content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an investigation. Stay safe, and keep an open mind.